conference will now be recorded.
All righty, now we can hear you. Andrea, can you hear us?
Yes, now I can.
Yeah, so we're just, I'm sorry, sorry, I had it on mute. We were just saying today, November is Gratitude Month. So what we're doing, we have new people here today. We're just introducing ourselves and saying what we're grateful for. And if you're a sector representative, just say what sector you're from. So I guess, Andrea, if you want to jump in, you can jump in.
Thank you. My name is Andrea Crete. I'm the Director of Public Health, Quabbin Health District. And then is there an icebreaker for what we're thankful for?
Yeah.
I'm thankful for all of my kitty children that I've rescued.
The cat lady. Thank you. Sue?
Hi, everybody. I'm Susan from the Recovery Center of Hope. I am most grateful that my son was able to come from Tennessee to visit me. He got here Saturday and left this morning.
All right. Deb, you just came in?
Yes. Deborah Keith, Belchertown Public Schools nurse school leader. What I'm grateful for is working for and living in a great community.
Yeah, great. Nisha, did you want to jump in now?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me, everyone. My name is Nisha Humayu. I'm the project coordinator for community health, Healthy Quabog in the town of Ware, which is a grant-funded initiative under the town of Ware, but we cover several towns, including Belchertown. So I appreciate everyone having me here at this meeting.
What are you grateful for today?
Oh, I'm grateful for my family and friends.
Awesome. And I'm Chris Hogue. I'm the Director of Drug-Free Communities, co-chair of BOAT, and I'm grateful to be back home in Belchertown. It just bought a house here and moved into November 4th. So yippee-ki-yay. Yep, life just became full circle for me. Yep. Yeah, so anyways, all right, so we're just going to go over a couple of things that are still happening. Smart Recovery, it's still going on every Wednesday, 7 to 8:30 at the Belchertown Rec Department. And I know Friday there is young people in recovery, like Friendsgiving on Friday. If anybody's interested in that, you can go to Massachusetts Young People in Recovery website and find that. I don't have the information directly with me right now, but I know they are having a thing in Springfield on Friday afternoon. So Red Ribbon Week, oh boy, that's our signature week. We put out about 1,000 plus ribbons. Alyssa came, and your coworker, which was awesome. Really helped us out putting ribbons up on the common. We had the Helping Hand students put ribbons all over the schools, all over the town. We did put Red Ribbon Week signs out. We had our banner on the common. And it's so great too, because we kicked off our social norm campaign in the fall. So every month we put a new social norm up in the building around the schools and stuff. So, and the students are really involved in that. We went to go kick off Red Ribbon Week, tabling at the Pathfinder game, which was a total bust for us because we didn't know that it had gotten moved. And we met with the principal, we got there late, and it was still time to probably give out resources, but people were already in the stands. We're kind of like, it's a bust. So we talked to him, and like Pathfinder didn't celebrate Red Ribbon Week last year. So, hi, Michelle.
Hello.
We hear you. Can you put yourself on mute for a sec?
Yep.
So Pathfinder, they didn't do anything for Red Ribbon Week. So we were kind of like, well, people don't really know why we're here too. So we just spoke with them, and I'm going to meet with the principal over the summer and establish a Red Ribbon Week with Pathfinder next year. And we're going to work with some people over there and doing the things that we do. And maybe they won't be up to where we're at in Belchertown, but there's always a beginning, so hopefully they can begin with that. So we did leave, and we will go back next year. The game will be in Belchertown next year, so we'll be at that game. The next night we were supposed to have The drive-in movie night, again, last year we had 55 cars. This year we had 12 people sign up, 12 cars. And so we talked, the recreation department, and we just felt like because it was the weekend before Halloween, there was lots of Halloween things going on that weekend, that we would cancel it and put it off until the summer. So this summer, the recreation department and boat is going to be putting on Dolphin Tale movie at the beach. So we're going to be doing at the beach outdoors. We're talking about like getting some burgers and dogs and stuff, but we have our popcorn machine that we give out free popcorn. And anytime that we do the popcorn machine, our popcorn bags has a positive social norm on it. Like, for example, 96% of Belchertown students didn't smoke cannabis or use cannabis in the last 30 days. That's a statistic that came out this year. So, we do stuff like that. So it points kids to make them feel like they're not alone, if they're not going to be participating in those types of things. We did have about 25 cars at drug take back day. Jay, we had 4 boxes of medication, I think, from the drug take back day itself, but you guys, did you bring some up from the department?
Right. 3 or 4, I forget how many I brought up.
Yeah.
At least 3, I think maybe 4 from the department as well, from our green, from our kiosks, so.
Yeah, so we had quite a bit. And then we gave out 1 Narcan, and nationally, there was 4,263 law enforcement agencies participating, and there was 4,317 collection sites across the country, and 500,071 and 54 pounds of expired or unneeded medications were collected. So that's really crazy. It's great. We did the Out of the Darkness walk also during Red Ribbon Week. Aline, do you want to jump in on that?
Yeah, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention puts on the Out of Darkness walk in different locations all over the country. But we went to the Agawam location at School Street Park, and I had 6 of my Helping Hands students. They had a great time.
I'm not sure if anybody can hear me, but I don't know if there's a technical issue with GoTo, but the meeting kind of turned off and I can't hear or see anything.
I could not hear you.
I can't hear or see anything either.
I think something happened with the go-to meeting. I'll text Chris and let her know. So it's just the people on the go-to meeting that can hear and see each other, I guess.
Now can you hear us? Hello?
I can hear, but I just can't see anything.
Where's that? Right here?
Next to the mic, yep.
All right, you guys all set now?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, good.
Technical difficulties, man. All right. Now I forgot what I was talking about, so that's great. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, so with the Can't Look Away thing and trunk or treat, we did try to attempt people to come. I mean, I explained it, what it was all about and everything, and people seem interested. And I was like, well, hopefully we'll get 20 parents. We had 10 people come. So again, it's never a waste, because if you are able to help one person, that is always hopeful. However, our goal is always to get more people involved with these types of things. So, next time we're going to have to figure out, like, how do we connect it to something else? Kind of like the Sullivan's talk that we do when we do the pre-prom thing. When we talk about social host law and that type of thing, it's connected to prom. So we always get like hundreds of people there. So this is something that, if you guys have any brainstorms about how to get parents involved, to go to these things, it's difficult. I mean, one of the things that we've talked about is, like, if we ever do something like this again, is to maybe have like a section, a kids section, and like have our helping hand students maybe doing activities with the kids while the parents are in these types of things. And I think that might be helpful to look at in the future.
But also, if you're going to do that, it might be helpful to do that on a Saturday or a
Right.
Sunday, because Wednesday, like, I know so has dance until 8:15, and it's like there's so many activities that kids are in that parents just can't be in one place with their kids because their kids are other places.
As a parent, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. So we can collaborate more on that as well. But they were able to speak to all the 7th and 12th graders in the school. Did you guys get any feedback about it at all, Jay or Deb?
I heard from some students who enjoyed her presentation.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed her evening one, so I thought she was good. I appreciate the fact you brought her in, even if not two parents came.
Yeah, and Jay was also on our panel as well. We heard from our students, from the Helping Hands kids. I did hear that the people that they thought that weren't going to pay attention, this is what they said verbatim, right? People that our friends that we thought weren't going to pay attention, they were like glued to the screen. Like, you could hear a pin drop. It was so, like, such important information for them to know. So that was really positive. Did you hear anything else? Any other feedback?
Just that, of course it was sad, but that they had support there, they needed it. But of course, it's a difficult subject. So, we expected that, but it did leave with a message of hope. So.
And I just want to say too, I thought the two students from Helping Hands that were on the panel were great.
I know. They are. I was very thankful they volunteered to do that. So.
Yeah. All right. So then we go down to what is coming up on Friday, which is the Belchertown Resource Pop-Up. Could you talk about that? Because you headed it up.
Yeah, so this is the second one that we're doing. The first one, we took it over kind of in a rush. But we were able to have, I think there were 10 organizations there at the last one. Unfortunately, we only had 2 people show up to get resources, but that's okay. Getting the word out, I think, is going to be the most important thing. So going forward, what we're going to do is I am playing around with different scheduling options. Sign Up Genius is one that I'm leaning towards right now because I think it's the most user friendly, but I'm going to put it out to all the organizations. I think we're connected to about 173 of them. So I'm going to send it out to all of the organizations, ask people if they want to come and table at this, that they choose, one event per quarter, so that we get, we're not having the same people there every single week, every single month. But that way they can just fill it in, and then it gets, they get a calendar invite sent directly to their calendar, so they have it. It reminds them. So we're gonna see. We'll see what happens this Friday. Everything's kind of in flux, but I think we have a good group of about six organizations this Friday. The flyer went out. I'm going to be talking about it on social media today, tomorrow, and Friday. So we'll see what happens. Getting there.
All right. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah. Once we have a system in place, I think it'll go really well.
Yeah. All right. So then this Saturday we are at Javis Brook Middle School craft fair for the pop-up there. So Aline and I will be tabling there. And then the next weekend is Winter Night Lights. So we will again be tabling probably in the town hall. Last year we did bracelet making with the kids and gave out a bunch of parent handbooks, Operation Parent handbooks to the parents. So that was good to get involved with the community. On December 6th, I am going to ask, I do need a volunteer that day with me. On December 6th, we are going to be tabling at the robotics fair, craft fair at Pathfinder High School. And that's going to be huge. We have to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning to set up. So, and it goes all day long. So we, our space is only 10 by 6 now. So we were going to plan on bringing a popcorn machine. I have to talk to the organizer because we wanted to give out popcorn like midday, with the social norm on it, of course. We always have a purpose, but I'm not sure that we're going to be able to do that because of the it's getting packed, like it's at its limit. So it's going to be a really huge fair, and it's going to be good for us to get visibility in Pathfinder and start connecting with Pathfinder, especially because they're going to be in our town next year. So if anybody can volunteer that Saturday the 6th, hit me up. All right. 12/17. All right. So our next vote meeting is December 17th, and we had talked about having Lexi present with the social norms. Alcohol policy presentation. And with this alcohol policy presentation, I was going to have her come in and present it to all of us to see what we thought we can bring forward to the select board. Now, like some of the policy includes, like, for example, anybody that gets a new liquor license in Belchertown has to go get tips trained. That would be a policy that we would be talking about. Fortunately, one of the restaurants that we did, I just got distracted. Steve popped his head in. Oh my God, I'm on all over the place. Yeah. So the tips training. So the one restaurant that closed last year because of incidences, the new people that took over that restaurant, everybody was required to get tips trained through me. And so that's something like we would like to get implemented, as a consistent thing maybe. But that's just like one example. Another example might be like a nip ban. That's a tough one, but it is possible. Like Brewster's done a nip ban. Brewster also did a plastic water bottle ban. And so they kind of go together because they're two small plastic things, and it's environmentally friendly, that type of thing. But we're not there yet. Some people have gathered evidence that there is a lot of nips around. There's an organization that they had like a challenge that was going on. I don't know if anybody knows about that organization at all. It's like the Quabbin something organization. I think they might be I don't know if they're out of Palmer or Three Rivers. I don't know where they're from. But I saw online in the public forum, and they had like a nip ban challenge, and they were finding nips all over like Swift River area, all around those areas and stuff, and posting it online. Like, this is a problem. This is a problem. So, that's another example. But, I guess the first thing I want to say is, do we want to meet in December?
When's that? What's the
It's
date?
December 17th. Yeah. I guess we'll keep the date. I mean, it's the week before vacation. We'll keep the date in December.
Yeah.
Before the next meeting, one of my plans to do is to do nicotine-free generations purchase survey checks. And that's coming up pretty soon. I actually have to touch base with my person soon. So we are going to be doing that. And Chief Ingram, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but the nicotine-free generation and anybody else is anybody that was born after January of 1st, 2004 in Belchertown is never able to buy tobacco products. So we want to make sure everybody is like in compliance. So it's more of an educational thing. Andrea and I will be going around tomorrow afternoon to each of the tobacco retailers just to make sure they're in compliance with signage. We do this every year with signage, placement, making sure there's no flavors out there. Again, it's not a compliance for signage. It's just an education check where we go in and make sure everybody's up to date. And then after they make sure all the nicotine-free generation signage is up, that's when we'll do the check. And so hopefully they stay in compliance. But that's coming up as well. We do have the date for the next Umbrella Wellness Fair. It's going to be May 16th. We have the date. So we are figuring out the logistics of it. It's going to be 12 to 4 again. We just might change some things up in between it. The committee, we met yesterday. We are looking to have our main stage speaker be Chris Sullivan this year. So I got to get a hold of Kathy Sullivan this week. I'm going to try to do that and have Chris Sullivan come in. He's an ex-Patriots football player who suffered from mental health and substance use disorder. And we know Kathy and Chris so well now. I mean, they come to our social host law. I'm in touch with Kathy. I talk to her periodically. So we're going to see if Chris can do if he's willing, like if we purchase footballs, like little footballs, if Chris would be willing to sign them. And then that way we can say for the first 20 people that come in, get a football, something like that. We're kind of in the brainstorm about it. You think that's good?
I think anything we can do to get people in the door is good. I bet you'd be willing to do that. They're really nice people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are awesome. Chris and Kathy are super awesome. So, we're thinking of something like that to do. So we just have, logistics, figure that out. But that's who we're hoping to have. All right. So we already had our Umbrella Wellness Committee. All right. I think that's it for like any news. Do you guys have any news or updates out there that have been going on? Okay. All right. So we're going to move to the Opioid Settlement Fund Committee. Do you want to report on that? Oh, you have to look. Okay. Yeah, I know. You got to go, Angela. Who else is up here on the? I guess I'm the only one.
Thanks.
It's the Chris Hogue meeting. The Opioid Settlement Fund Committee, just to let you guys know what is going on now. We have given money out to Honest Beginnings. They are going to be putting a new driveway in over there. That is able to come out of the opioid settlement fund, even though it's like a driveway. How does that relate to opioid use and prevention and all that? Well, it's at the sober house, so it's kind of like, people need access to get into there and get out. A lot of people at sober houses don't have vehicles, so they get picked up for meetings and that type of thing. And the driveway is really, really bad. Like I saw it was bad. So we did give them some money for that. The other thing with the opioid settlement fund, which is fantastic news, which we just have to go through the select board for the okay, coming up on December 1st, I believe. We have 5 youth that are going to CATCA with us this year, which is Community Anti-Drug Coalition of America. Our 5 Helping Hands kids that have been really involved are going to be coming with Dr. Fortin, Aline and I to CATCA. So we did get the funding for that through the opioid committee. We went through the school committee last night. The school committee said yes. So now we just have to go back and get the okay from the select board. So we're pretty positive that we're going to be able to do this year. And it's coming up real quick, but it's going to be such a great experience. I mean, there's 4,000 people that attend this conference every year, and a third of them are kids, are youth. So that, they have 2 different tracks too. So there's like a youth track and an adult track. So they'll be immersed and enmeshed with all the youth across the country. We've also actually, opioid settlement fund. Who was on there yesterday? We talked about, we were talking about transportation and stuff, but Neil's not here today. So I'm just going to stop there. Lauren, I know we have our committee meeting tomorrow. Do you have any information that you want to share at all?
Yeah, so there's the regional opioid abatement fund work group that meets monthly with communities across Hampshire County and also Western Mass more broadly. We do have a guest presenter coming in to talk about some consulting services available to municipalities across Massachusetts. So part of our meeting will pertain to that. And then we'll also be checking in on folks who ended up applying for the RISE municipal matching grant. And then also sharing some recent articles and resources that have come out around best practices and not best practices around utilizing settlement funds. So they are open to anyone. I know we have some Belchertown representation already, but if there are folks in other municipalities who want to join, they can reach out to me and I can get them looped in.
Yeah, and Lauren and Michelle and Kathy, could you 3 just introduce yourselves, because we have a couple new people today. So yeah, just Lauren, if you just want to pop on.
Yeah, totally. Lauren Kelly, she, her, and I'm the Hampshire Hope Coalition coordinator.
Okay, Kathy?
Hi, I'm Kathy Coutinho, and I work for the Northampton Health Department, and I'm the DART coordinator. We do post-overdose outreach in Belchertown, where, well, actually all of Hampshire County are my communities.
Thank you, Kathy.
Yep.
Michelle?
Hi, I'm Michelle. I'm the religious sector rep.
Yes. Welcome, everybody. All right, so thank you, Lauren, for that updated information. Public health, any reports, Andrea?
So Pioneer Valley Tobacco Control Coalition that does all of our compliance inspections, so the youth compliance checks. I don't have a report on Belchertown, but obviously Ware's the next town over and part of the district. 4 of our retailers sold to a minor during the youth sales check. One of the violators was a 21 plus shop. You gotta be 21 or older to even enter. And apparently this youth under 21 was able to gain access without being carded. And on top of that was able to purchase and not be carded. So, and that was their second violation, a 21 plus shop, which is just, you know, yeah. So, and I only say this because, you know, I know Belchertown has more stringent tobacco sales regulations through the Board of Health, and generally we see more compliance, but our youth can still go to the next town over to purchase. So
Right.
sales are being made during, you know, just a compliance check. The odds are they're selling more than how when they get caught. You know, this probably wasn't the first time. It's just they got caught during the inspection. So that does worry me some because, you know, we should, my hope and my goal for the district is to have strong tobacco sales regulations, and that, you know, if youth in one town try to gain access to tobacco products in another town, that it's not going to happen. And you know, where we see more non-compliance in one of our communities, it is troublesome for the youth in the surrounding communities. It does pose a little bit more of a risk. So that's really the only update that I have at this time.
Andrea, do you guys, have you advertised for the public health nurse yet?
We have not received any applicants.
Oh, okay.
So we advertised in mid-October. So it's been a little over a month. But it's kind of a hard time for any position, really, whether it's a public health nurse or if I was hiring an inspector. I have a feeling I would be seeing the same thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. Drug-free communities, we probably report. Do you have anything going on?
Yeah, so the Helping Hands participated in the sticker shop campaign last week. We took 12 students between the two of us to 7 different liquor store locations who approved of having us come in, and basically the students apply stickers to cases of alcohol that say, reminder or warning, 21 plus.
They all went away, right? Not just me.
I just lost everybody too.
Can you hear us yet?
Yes, I can hear.
Okay.
What?
She said they can hear.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to tell Tech about this because this never happened before.
Not sure how much you heard. Last week we did sticker shock with 12 of our Helping Hands students. It went really well. And tomorrow's the Great American Smokeout, which is a day nationally that some people decide to make a plan to start quit smoking. And we have 97 stickers with the number 97, that about 200 we handed out at the high school to staff and the Helping Hand students to give out to friends. And it's basically a conversation starter to share the statistic that the norm that 97% of 8th, 10th, and 12th graders do not smoke cigarettes or have not in the last 30 days. So we have that planned for tomorrow. And I think we touched on the other things already.
Yeah. Yeah. So I can't think of anything else. My head's so like blurry right now. All right. So that's that. Kathy or Lauren, do you guys have any updates at all?
I'll let Kathy share first.
Sure.
Right.
I don't want to jinx it, but things have been going okay in Belchertown. We did recently have one death from an overdose. That was a long-term person that we had been seeing. Alcohol still seems to be on the rise in Belchertown. for at-risk individuals in particular. Other than that, not really, just where we will be joining on Friday at the Belchertown Wellness.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Kathy.
Yep.
Yeah, and as Kathy, oh, go ahead, Lauren.
No, Chris, sorry.
No, you go.
I was just going to say a couple of Hampshire Hope updates are we are in our last month of our regional point in time survey to hear from community members around who with lived and living experience to inform use of the opioid settlement funds and to also just inform resources and services regionally. We will have surveys available Friday at drop-in hours. So if there are community members who want to participate then, there is also compensation attached to it. And then we have our second Lunch and Learn session on Zoom this upcoming Friday from 12 to 1 with SAD-OD. It's open to anyone. So if folks are interested in that, I can share that out. I also think Boat has been great in helping to like cross promote that through their social media. And then we have another one coming up on December 12th with the Safe Spot Helpline, thanks to Kathy's coordination. So those are some updates on my end.
All right, great. All right, does anybody else have any updates that you want to talk about? Sue?
Yeah, I do, Chris. I just wanted to let everybody know that we've added 10 more hours at the Recovery Center of Hope, either 10 or 11, and we have longer hours. And we have a lot of new programming. So if anybody wants flyers, if you could just email me, I can certainly send them.
Awesome. Thank you, Sue. And we always post your stuff out there too when you
Thank you.
send it to us. And we may be, we're not sure yet, we may be collaborating with the Recovery Center of Hope. Eileen and I we put together 12 gift bags. Last year we put together 42 gift bags, and it included scarves and gloves and mittens and hygiene products and like fidget toys. And we delivered them to the Hope Center in Springfield. And I went and I delivered them to Springfield. I told them, the clientele who we were, and then I told them my story, and then I, talked to them about just giving them hope. And the clients were so grateful for what we did for them. Then we also gave 12 gift bags to Honest Beginnings. Our plan this year was to connect with a woman's sober house. Unfortunately, the communication wasn't there. So we are hoping to partner with the Recovery Center of Hope and giving them the gift bags that we have created. And we have we have activities that we want to do there too. So we'll figure it all out. We don't know if we're just going to drop the bags or if we're actually going to do an event. If we can, that would be great.
Awesome.
And then we were going to bring Sarah Maria Allenby in from Cape Cod again to do a whole session around joy in the holidays, especially for like Hampshire, the Recovery Center of Hope clientele. Holidays, I mean, for anybody, holidays can be tough, but specifically it's hard for people around the holidays, especially early in recovery, there's a lot of substance use going on during those times. So the support is so needed. All right, anything else from anybody? Oh, there is one thing I do want to share, Deb Keefe. We've been talking about doing a type of smoking program for kids that get caught vaping in the schools. And last week we were able to go down and train a fifth grader that got caught with a vape. So I sat with him for about an hour. I use Stanford Toolkit, You and Me Vape Free. I like that toolkit. They have everything. The slides are there, the PowerPoints are there, the quiz questions are there, pre and post questions. It's just a really good program. I like it. So we were able to do that, but we are planning on putting together some type of proposal to get over to the high school and junior high schools, and even CHCS. Kids start young today. You know, and there's programs tailored to each of those age groups that we can do. So that will be coming around. That's coming around the corner. You know, when I get to it. So, but that is something that we do want to implement in the schools instead of, you know, oh, slap you on the wrist. Let me take your vape. It's wrong. Don't do it again. It doesn't work. Educating them, our youth, on like the why. They want to know the why. Is it bad for you? You know, so that.
With that, you know, obviously the fire side of it, we teach the same program on fire safety, but also smoking is a big part of it too. So I don't know if there's something that we can come together with and
That's a good idea.
have our safe instructor be a part of that as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So how they start fires and
Mm-hmm.
all that kind of stuff. So, and the health risk.
That would be a good idea. All right, yeah, let's, we can talk about that. We'll talk about that, definitely. Because I feel like, you know, we try to connect with so many different people in our community in collaboration on things. And I think that's so important. And that's why we're so strong now, is because we've made those connections and it's great. So, yeah, we'll look into that. That'd definitely be cool. Yeah, and I think that's about it. So, we had a quorum. We don't have a quorum. But anyways, anybody want to close the meeting?
Oh, what do we say?
Yeah.
Let's close the meeting at what time?
You second?
9:46.
Okay.
I secondly request to close the meeting.
All in agreement? Aye. All right.
Aye.
All right. Thank you, everybody. We'll see
Thank
you
you.
Friday, Kathy.
Thank you.
I gotta call tech office.
Yeah, someone else is having a training.